Hello and welcome to the Blackout Podcast, where I get to talk to amazing people who do amazing things. And today I have Badi, designer, model, entrepreneur, fitness, and a TikTok. Man, you do so many things.
I do. Yeah, I do a few things.
Thanks for coming to the podcast
Thank
today.
you so much for having me.
Okay, so I remember I was at Snacks.
Yes.
And Basil was his birthday.
Yes.
Put on this t-shirt. Sugar daddy in the making. I'm like, okay, but the sugar daddy in the making, okay, it's a good place to start conversation.
Correct.
But then when he flipped around, I saw the logo. The
Yeah.
logo was sick.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you so
like
much.
I was like, oh, my friend made it. I just had to reach out to whoever made this thing because it's so fucking cool.
Thank you.
Anyway,
Thank you.
so why the t-shirts and there's sugar daddy in the making?
Sugar daddy in the making, sugar mama in the making. Currently, they're available right now. Possibly, maybe sugar baby on the way. I gotta cover all the grounds, you know. There's sugar babies got to take care of too.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So what was where did the idea come from? Why did you decide to make them?
So the idea came to me, honestly, because I'm a starving artist out here, and I'm sure a lot of artists can probably agree that it's hard to be a creative in this day and age. And so I kind of just thought of it kind of as like a mantra, sort of like put it out physically, and then I'll be like able to kind of manifest that kind of a lifestyle that I want, because who doesn't want to be, you know, successful in life? Mm-hmm. So I thought about that just for me personally, just to wear like when I do live streams for DJing, which are going to be happening soon, or if I'm doing any live shows, or even if I'm going to the gym, you know, something to motivate me. Mm-hmm. So was the main purpose of starting it, but then people actually wanted to buy them. So then I was like, oh, I guess. Well, sure, I guess so. Right. I got to share the wealth. So yeah.
And what was the process of making it? Did you have the logo already?
Yeah, well, sort of. So I had the name. I've had the name Chaotic Luxury like written in a note on my phone for years. I knew I wanted to do something with it. I knew I was going to do some kind of designing. I just didn't know how or when or what. So yeah, I thought of the name years ago, and then the teddy bear logo just kind of came to me when I started playing around with some graphic design, started to think about what the name means to me. So yeah, that's kind of how that part started.
And Chaotic Luxury, let's talk about that. I know you say you had it in a note for years, but
yeah.
Why that name?
So I thrive in a little bit of chaos all the time. I feel like, you know, life is unexpected. Things pop up. And I feel like for me, it's kind of better just to kind of expect chaos all the time so that I'm a little ready. But yeah, so I like to be crazy, and I like for things to be loud, and I like for things to be, you know, in your face. So I kind of want to add my chaos to luxury. Yeah.
And then the luxury part is like,
yeah, it's like style, fashion. I'm very passionate about fashion. Being a model here in Halifax has shown me a lot about fashion and taught me a lot about creative processes. So I'm excited to add more of that into the streetwear lifestyle.
Okay, so let's rewind it. Where did the art thing start for you?
Oh my gosh. Art in general has been a part of my life since I can remember. My dad is an extremely artistic person, so I grew up around him painting on clothes all the time. He constantly, you know, was painting band logos on pants and on jackets and shirts. And so yeah, I grew up around a really artistic father, so I think that had a heavy influence on me. So yeah, I've been painting my room since I can remember, like painting random weird stuff on the walls and ripping up my clothing, cutting my clothing, tie-dyeing clothing, like everything. It's been a part of my life for a really long time. Yeah.
And then going even further, what did you want to be growing up?
Oh my gosh, what do I want to do when I grow up? I have no idea. I think I want to be in fashion for sure. I love being on the runway. I love wearing clothes. I love promoting clothes. So doing that on Instagram is really fun for me. And in terms of the designing stuff, it's just something to get my crazy ideas out into the physical world, because I have so many weird creative ideas in my brain that I want to be physical. So yeah, I think just as long as I'm working in fashion, I think I'll be happy.
So now the DJ thing.
Yeah.
Wow. Like I'm like I'm really envious because that's something I like. And,
Okay,
and
awesome.
someday I hope to be able to do it. Because like, I know music, at least music I like.
Right.
So how did you get into the DJing thing and how's it going so far?
So I actually got into DJing because my boyfriend also does it. So he kind of just showed me what he does. Like he was doing that thing where he impresses me with all the cool stuff that he does because he is also a very multi-purpose person. So he was showing me just like how it works and everything because he had a big, table and he had been doing it for years. And him and I have the same music taste. So he was just showing me how it works. And one day he was just like, "Do you want to try? Like, see how it feels?" And I was like, "Yeah, like it kind of looks cool. Like all the buttons are really bright and shiny." And I was just like, my inner child was like, "I want to push all the buttons." So yeah, so it started out just kind of as a curiosity thing, and it bloomed into something a little bit more passionate for me. I really enjoy music. That's also been a really heavy part of my upbringing. So being able to like physically alter the music has been beautiful. It's been almost like a fantasy, like being able to like control the hi-hats and the bass. It's just like a really exhilarating feeling. So I'm hoping that I'll be able to dive more into that and play some live shows.
Yeah, you mentioned live stream. Do you want to talk about that?
Yeah, so that's actually another reason why I started making these shirts was for me to wear during live streams. So the idea was for me to wear them and it would be kind of like my staple or like my trademark, like that girl that plays music wicca and then wears the mama shirt. That was like the idea. And I probably still will. I'm still trying to figure out where I want to set up my space. But I'm hoping to start some live streaming soon. I also don't know which platform to use. Honestly, there's so many different ones. Like there's Twitch,
Yeah, that's the only one I know.
TikTok, Instagram. So like I just got to figure out which one I want to start with.
You know what? Isn't there like an app where you can do it on one place and then it just shoots it to all those things?
Ooh, I don't know. Is there?
Yeah, I think it's called. Fuck, I can't remember the name, but really,
yeah, when we remember.
Yeah,
because that would be cool.
You just do it there, and then it gives you. I think it goes to Facebook and Twitch and YouTube or something.
Okay, that would be helpful.
Yeah,
that would be very helpful.
yeah. So you just go to the one place, and then because I might like Instagram, but I don't care for TikTok, and then But now I'll be like, oh, what's the Instagram link, and I go there.
Okay, yeah,
and I go to
that
TikTok.
makes sense.
Talk about TikTok. Your TikTok is hilarious, man.
Oh, thank you so much.
Why did you start it, and where do you get the funny from?
I think, where did I start? Honestly, I picked up TikTok probably just like most people did is boredom. Like, I'm a Vine girl. Okay, I'm aging myself a little, but
I'm a Twitter thing, right?
You what?
Like it came from Twitter. Vine.
Yeah, something like that. And then so I'm a big Vine girl. I really miss it. I found a lot of comedy in it. So when I heard TikTok was becoming a thing, I was like, oh, like cool, kind of like Vine. So I picked it up mostly just to look at funny shit, like just see funny stuff and whatever. At the time, my life was pretty boring, so I didn't really like think about posting on it or anything like that. I kind of was just viewing it for fun. And then at the time I was a kindergarten teacher, actually.
Wait, what?
Yeah. Plot twist.
Yeah. Wait, what?
If any of my kids are watching, no, I'm just kidding. Hi, I love you and I miss you. I was a kindergarten teacher at the time, and I was struggling with a lot of things on the side that I kind of just needed an escape from. And now my kids at the time were so nice and they were so there for me always. But just used it as like a way to escape. So I started posting about my life as a kindergarten teacher and the things that I did, things that I wore, stuff like that, kind of like just like things that I would do with my children, like stuff like that. Never posted them on there. Just my own like stuff, what I planned on doing with them that day or whatever. And what drew people to my platform at that time was my fashion sense. What I wore as a kindergarten teacher was a little bit unconventional to what maybe others would wear. Like I was very loud in my fashionable expressions, and because I think that being an authentic self is super important, not only in your everyday life, but if I'm shaping the minds of the next generation, I have to be myself. I have to be my authentic self, because how am I to tell them to do the same if I'm not? So I would come to school one day with green hair. And then the next day I'd come to school with no hair, or
oh my God.
and like wearing like a crazy dress.
The kids must have loved that.
They did. So yeah, like I started my TikTok there. And then once I left the school, it kind of tampered off a little bit because my niche was gone, right? TikTok is very niche based. If you don't have a good one, they're just gonna look past you.
So if it's someone like me that just posts, oh, look at this thing and look at this thing, I'll just.
But here's the thing: if you find a niche every day, say your thing is you go to the grocery store and you find the most expensive thing, and then you buy it, and then you eat it at home, and you're like, this is shit. This wasn't worth the money. But if you do that every single day and you're committed to it and you're passionate about it and you make good content, that is your niche, and someone maybe will grab onto it, and and then it just keeps building, right? Okay. So I lost that niche of being a teacher. So then I kind of had to regroup myself. I actually thought, it's fine if TikTok kind of, if it doesn't work out for me, whatever. But then I started posting comedy. I started, getting into current trends of comedy, and that's when it really took off. That's when I really started to get the followers and get the attention and stuff like that. It's a little bit on a little bit of a plane right now because I have so much else going on, but I am still trying to be active on there and post some comedic relief for my people.
Yeah, I know. One of them was Survey Says. I don't know. You know the show?
Which one is it?
With the black guy where it's a game show and there's numbers and then he'll like
Steve Harvey.
Steve Harvey.
Yes. Steve Harvey, if you're watching this, I love you. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah,
that one.
That one is the highlight for me. And it's super short. And it's like, what? Something. Anyway, that's how it sit on my face.
Would sit on my face.
Yes.
I want to say sit on it. Yeah, that's a good one. My boyfriend, unfortunately, he happens to be a lot of the pinnacles of my jokes these days. Luckily, he's okay with it. He has a good sense of humor. So.
Yeah, no, that one was hilarious. Okay, so let's talk about the modeling. How did that?
Yeah. Okay, so I've been doing modeling for about 5-6 years in total now. But the real deal, the real stuff, the meat and potatoes, has been happening like within this year of me signing with Soli Management. So I started modeling just for fun. I've always been a performer. I've just always loved being in front of cameras or being in front of live people and just performing. So modeling was a different kind of performing for me. It was, more still, more precise, more focused. So I started doing that just for fun, and it became a real outlet for me, for my mental health, for my self-confidence, for a lot of things. I just continued doing it, moved to Halifax 2 years ago or so, and got scouted by Soli, and I've been with her now for almost a year, and I've had so many crazy opportunities already. Like last week I got to do a model casting to go to Paris Fashion Week. Like it's like I can't even believe that I get the opportunities.
When is it?
Paris Fashion Week?
Yeah.
It's in September, I think.
Oh, nice.
Late September. I didn't make the first cut. That's okay though. Always learning. I'm supporting my other model friends who are going. I'm so excited for them. Being able to have those opportunities now is like, I can't believe I just did a casting for that. Like that's wild. That's been really fun.
What are some of the highlights of the things you've done so far?
Highlights would definitely be last summer. I did my first couple runway shows ever. Runway is very much where I want to be in the future.
Why? Because you love fashion.
Yeah, I love high fashion in general. But just like it's like the models out there who are watching, they'll understand what I mean. But just like being on the runway, it's just such a different feeling than other performances that I've ever done.
It's so stressful though.
It is extremely stressful. It's so hard. when I used to watch America's Next Top Model, and I used to be like, come on, ladies, come on. It's not that hard to get up there and walk.
Yeah.
I was wrong, bitches. I was way wrong. It's so much work. You have to be always on your shit, on your game. If you walk weird and like one day, you're done. Like, if you have a bad walking day and you go to an important casting, you have one chance to nail that walk. And if you just fuck it up because you're just having a bad day, that's it. Like, you don't have another option. Like, there's 60 other girls behind you that can nail it better or something, you know? So the pressure is hard, but man, is it ever fun. I have so much fun.
I think the other thing for me is how fast it is.
Oh, yeah.
Like, you know, you come out, you go change and come back out.
And just like that, it's done. You know, like it takes weeks to prep for a show, months even sometimes, depending on the scale. Like like I said, my friends who are starting to train now for Paris Fashion Week, like months in advance, and then it's all over. It's all over just in the one day. But after that, like that feeling of rapping and doing all that and like being around the designers and being around the other artists, it's so beautiful. Like just, it was so fun. And I'm excited to do more because it's coming up. The runway season's coming up now, so I'm getting ready for it.
Is it specific?
Spring, summer is usually like when we start to. Yeah. Because everything's outside. We can do outside stuff, and it's gonna be fun.
Okay, so I know you're into digital art now, but I had to like get you to share something you did. I don't want to say analog, but like physical.
Physical, yes. I do a lot of digital art these days because of the fact that I started a business. So I do a lot of stuff on my iPad and then transfer it sometimes into physical things, but mostly digital at the moment. But yeah, this is actually a piece that I did. I did this. When did I do this? It was like right after COVID. And I was living a whole different life, you guys. Keep your old art, okay? Do it. Because then, like, I look back at this and I'm like, wow, like, this is how I used to draw stuff. Or, like, this is how I felt. Like, I drew this because I was in a really weird emotional state. And I was in a not great relationship at the time. And so I used to draw just to escape. Like, I used to draw things to go somewhere else. And so here, I think I was just trying to go somewhere else. And so it's just really interesting to look back on some physical art that you have. So keep it and do more physical art, AKA me. I need to do more physical art.
You mentioned that you were like in a difficult place, and you actually touched about that something that's really important to you is mental health advocacy.
Very much.
But you kind of don't do it directly. It's like it's there, but it's
subliminal.
Not there. Yeah.
That's right.
Why do you do that? Why do you use that approach? And also, why is mental health like advocacy important to you?
Yeah, totally. So mental health in general has been something that I've struggled with many ups and downs of my life. Like, I think that's pretty normal for most people these days is, you know, we're going to have the big highs and the big lows. But there was really a point in my life where I thought, like, I really have nothing to give. Like, I have nothing to offer to this place and in this physical form. And that was really terrifying for me because, like, that was only one really solid moment in my life where I was really genuinely unhappy with myself as a person. And so once I had made that realization that I was seeing myself in such a negative way, I realized I really needed to change that. And because, like, I am a badass bitch and I do really cool stuff. And that's how everyone should feel about themselves. So for me, it was just building myself up as a person so that I can also do that for others. And part of that was, you know, expressing myself through art or through TikTok, like making those little funny jabs about my mental health, which is to then laugh about it later. It really does help me. And sometimes, like, I'll go back and watch some funny shit that I've done and been like, yeah, I am all right. Because I am fine and I'm here and I've made this joke and it's all good. And I'm not saying, obviously, that, you know, you can just joke your way through life. And, you know, let me tell you, there are some days where there are some hard things that I have to combat, just like everyone. But I think it's just about knowing yourself and knowing how you can get yourself through something. You know, you can pick yourself up and dust off. And how do I do that? I make jokes. I make jokes about weird stuff, sex, like mental health, sadness, depression, divorce. Those are some good ones, you know, just to name a few. But yeah, that's kind of my vibe with that right now. Yeah.
So I guess, what are some things mental health wise that you think people that watch your TikToks and stuff can get from them?
I hope that they, first of all, can understand that they're not alone. That's like the main thing. I always want my followers on TikTok, on Instagram, wherever, whatever other platforms, who knows, will be in the future. I want people to know that they can depend on me if they are looking for some relief, some comedic relief, some emotional relief, anything. They need to realize that even people like me who look like I am all together, I ain't, okay, guys, I'm fooling all of you. It's called acting. No, but seriously, like I would say 99.9% of the time, I'm happy as fuck. I'm happy as fuck to be here. Like, I'm happy as fuck to be on this earth and to be happy and breathing and, you know, able to do so many things. But there is a struggle there. And I just want people to know that I do struggle. Because, like, I just think that we idolize people and we really put a lot of expectations on people, especially with social media. It looks like we're all right. And then all of a sudden we're not tomorrow.
Yeah.
Right? So I think that's the biggest thing. I just want the authenticity to come through and really be there.
Okay, another thing that is important to you is environment, and then I find out you're doing stuff like this.
Yeah.
Do you want to talk me through it?
Yes. Okay. So, obviously, fast fashion is a crazy world that we're living in right now. You know, the environmental impact of a lot of things is a little bit crazy. So, we're just trying our best out here. You know, we're trying our best to.
I'll let you continue, but I need to see this. Like, it's almost, I can't remember, but there's this label. Like, basically, if it's on the runway, like next week is out, and then you can get for like $20 or whatever. And I'm like, how?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Right. And it's like, it's hard because I also understand the struggle. You know, like, it's hard to go anywhere and get anything for a good buck these days, you know? You go to freaking Garage. Okay, Garage is a girl's store, right? It's more feminine. But let me tell you, when I was, I think, maybe like 15, 16 or something, I could confidently drive from the Valley, which is an hour drive, you guys. It's an hour of gas. I could drive here with my fam. I could spend a good $100, you know, $60 at Garage. Good to go. Got like 5 pairs of pants, you know, a couple shirts. Cute. I went in there the other day just for fun because I don't shop. Sometimes I will shop at like the more bigger box stores, but I really try not to. And I went in there the other day. I couldn't believe it. It was a freaking tank top that was like literally the size of this shirt that I'm wearing right now for $50. And it was just a blank motherfucking shirt. I literally was like, what? Do I need glasses? Like, I'm confused. So anyway, it's just annoying. And I think that it's just a little too much. So I want to try and give people the option to have something fun and fresh and funky without having to literally break your bank. It's just crazy. So right now, other than my graphic tees, which are most of the time thrifted, by the way, I have been trying to do some more of the upworking fashion, the upcycling stuff. So these are a pair of pants that I bought at Value Village for, I think, if I can remember, like $5 or something. I don't know if you can tell, but they're kind of like a towel kind of vibe. And they're not finished, but they're almost there. I'm kind of trying to hand paint the rest to make it bolder. But I hand stamped these flowers on here. This is the best part, though. The booty. Yeah, I hand painted these. And actually, funny enough, this stamp is from a dishwashing wand that broke. I'm telling you guys, I am a frugal bitch. Like I literally, it broke. I used it for two dishes. And it broke. And I was like, well, what the fuck? They all came apart. And I was like, these are kind of cute. They're literally flowers. So I just kept them. I was like, whatever, we'll see what happens. This must be the kindergarten teacher in me or something. And I kept them. And then I started my brand. And then I was like, oh my God, wait, I could totally use this to stamp on pants. Ta-da. So yeah, these have been nicknamed by a couple of my friends bikini bottoms, because they kind of look like SpongeBob. Don't come for me, SpongeBob. I love you. I'm not trying to steal your shit, but yeah, they look kind of like the bikini bottom thing. So they were making jokes about that. But yeah, that's.
How long did it take you to make
Damn
this?
Pants. If I was being honest, it's taking me way longer than they should. Only because I am just, it's so busy, like starting a new business and keeping everything together. It's just been really busy. So they should have been done by now, but they will be.
Okay.
Especially now that this is on TV or this is on internet. I'm saying it, so now they have to be finished. Probably like next week they'll be done.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fitness is something that is also important to you. Why?
Very much. We could go really deep here, so we will. So when I was younger, I was overweight. I was very unhealthy. I just had really unhealthy habits. And I was close to becoming like an unhealthy weight for a duration of time. And so I decided that I wanted to change that. So I completely switched my eating habits. I just like cut a bunch of stuff out. And let me tell you, it was really hard. Y'all, I'm not saying it works for everybody. I just quit it all cold turkey. I really did. I really just woke up one day and I was like, fuck this. Like, I'm so unhappy.
Wow,
I'm so pissed. Like,
so self-discipline.
Yeah. It was really hard. It was really hard.
I will do well, and then I'll wake up at like 4 in the morning and just...
Yo, I do that now. That's the thing, okay? Because it's a relationship with your mind, your body, and your food, okay? If those three things aren't dancing together, it's not gonna work. It's not going to work. My body was telling me that the food that I was eating was not working, but I wasn't listening. I was still eating it anyway because I just didn't care. I just wanted to eat what I wanted, blah, blah, blah. And then it ended up biting me in the ass. So I changed all of that because I realized that my body and my mind were like, girl, get your shit together. Like, come on. So anyway, changed my eating habits. That I think I was about 160, I think, pounds, which doesn't sound like a lot, but you guys, cameras lie. Cameras are lying to you. I'm actually 5 feet, okay?
Yeah.
I am a short girl, okay? And I was only 19 at the time.
Okay.
So at that time, I was considered obese. Like it's a word. That's fine. I go off of how I felt. And I just felt uncomfortable. I don't think that anyone should feel uncomfortable in their body. And if you are, you can make a change. If you're happy with who you are and how you are, amazing. But if you're not, then you can change. And you shouldn't feel guilty about wanting to change something. Okay. So yeah, I made those changes. And then the next step was the physical part, like getting into the gym. Because that was really where the challenge was for me. It wasn't so much the food, it was the gym. I literally hadn't stepped foot in a gym until I was like 19 or something. And I'm 26 now. So I've been training for a few years. But it's become a love for me, really. Like if I don't go, I feel sad. Like
what do you love about it?
What I love being strong. Like I really do. It's a bar trick now. Like I can do this to men in the bar and they're like, don't fuck with her, guys. Don't do it. No, I'm kidding. I don't scare them that much. But no, like it's just the strength, I think, because I always knew that my inner strength was there, but the physical strength wasn't as much.
So you want a reflection of the inside?
Yeah, like because I'd been put into a couple situations, unfortunately, in my youth that made me realize that I physically couldn't fight someone if I needed to, or protect myself if I needed to. And so because of those scenarios, I realized like, yo, I gotta get a handle on my health. Like if something happens to me and I can't do something about it, like that's a problem to me. So yeah, that was like the main thing. I just want to be strong. Like I want to be able to defend myself or help someone or yeah.
So how strong do you feel now?
Very insane. Like it's also weird because I'm a dancer. That's also something I kind of didn't realize would change with this new body because I talk about it a lot as my new body because I really feel like I've almost switched avatars. Like I really do. I feel like the body that I had when I was a competitive dancer when I was younger is a completely different body than the one I have now as a 26-year-old woman. And that could go, either way, scientifically, whatever. But I feel like it's really just the physicalness of the things that I can do now and the way that I can move my body was really what has been crazy to see and feel.
Yeah, you mentioned dancing, so let's touch that.
Yeah.
How did you get into dancing? What do you love about it?
Oh my God. Y'all got 3 days? No, I'm just kidding. I love dancing more than probably anything
fashion?
that I do. Yeah, I would say it's pretty close.
Wow.
Yeah. And that's probably heavily because I've been doing it since I could walk. Like my mom put me into dance as soon as she could.
Which one? The ballet or?
No, actually, I'm a tap dancer.
Oh!
I'm an OG. Yeah. I should have brought those. I'll bring them next time.
Okay.
But yeah, I started doing tap. I tapped at a school called Mary's Islanders. And it was very like clogging, very like, I don't know how to describe it other than, I don't know, we used to play wooden spoons and like we had frilly skirts and we'd be like, and like dance like that. So it was very performance based. So I did that for up until I think I was 10,
Wow.
11 or so, I think. And then I switched to competitive dancing and changed dance schools. So I trained at a school called Dance Connection and I did that. And
So what is like ballroom or what?
No, so the competitive stuff, it's just that now I go to competitions and like win medals and like, do that kind of stuff. So the performance we would just do training and then we would just perform and whatever. But yeah, the competitive stuff, I did tap, jazz, ballet, modern, hip hop, salsa, like just pretty much everything that I could.
Do you still do it now?
Now, actually, I'm thankfully getting back into it. Moving to Halifax gave me the opportunity to dust off my shoes literally and like get back into it. Yeah, like I thought I retired and then I moved here and bless that we have House of Eights dance studio in this city. It is a lovely, Badi is amazing. Mm-hmm. We love the studio so much. We actually just had our showcase last weekend. So that was my first time being back on stage in all over 10 years doing dance. So it was exhilarating, like nostalgic AF. Loved it. It was very fun.
Okay, so circle back to Chaotic Luxury.
Okay, yeah.
What's the plan now? I mean, you have this awesome tea, Sugar Daddy in the making.
Yes.
Sugar Mom in the making.
Available now on the Instagram. Follow Chaotic Luxury on Instagram.
And I mean, the bed, all that. What's the plan?
The plan is to just kind of just go with it, I guess. Like I really enjoy going to the thrift stores and just like finding random stuff and then bringing them home and just being like, what can I do with this? Not even kidding. That's how because my brain, the way it works is like I have to put something blank in front of me and go, okay, now go. And then I'll put like music on or something. And then it just honestly comes to me. Like I don't even know. Like it's just I'll just draw something weird on my iPad and then I'll be like, damn, that would look sick on a shirt, And then I'll put it on a shirt and I'll be like, nah, I hate that. And then I'll do something else or something, It's like, I think for me, because it's still so new, I have so much to learn. Something that I do have. I want to learn how to sew really bad.
Like machine?
Yeah, like eventually machine. Right now I'm just working on hand sewing just to like sew my own tags and stuff like that. Just small stuff. But eventually I'd love to start actually making physical upcycled clothing like out of fabric and stuff like that. It'd be pretty sick. I know a lot of really dope people around that have been so helpful of this fashionable creative process. So shout out to y'all. Y'all know who you are.
So you moved to Halifax and I think one of the things, talking to you earlier, it's like the community that stands out for you.
Yeah.
Why is that important?
Community, I think, especially more specifically the community of Halifax. As soon as I arrived here, I just felt like it was home for me. And I don't know if that's because it's really not that different. I mean, it is different, but it's not that far away from my actual hometown. So I don't know if it's maybe that, but I don't know. Just I got here and I just felt like I've always been here, or I was supposed to always be here. Everyone that I've met in Halifax, like all of the creatives, like the clothing designers, the singers, the rappers, the models, the everything, the design, like literally everybody that I have crossed paths with, like are just so welcoming and so passionate, and also so passionate about community and keeping things in-house. You know, like I meet photographers or designers that are like, yeah, we want to do this project because we want everything to be about Halifax, or we want everything to be about, you know, building the community. And I think that's just really magical, that you step into Halifax and you automatically just feel a hug. That's how I felt anyway when I got here.
Yeah. No, I agree.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I knew this was going to be an interesting conversation, and I'm going to have you back for sure, because, yeah, I want to wiki.
Yeah, I really want a wiki on here. I think it'd be so fun.
But before I let you go, so, you know, there's like a kid or whoever's watching or listening right now.
Yeah.
And they like feel so fired up because of how, you know, upbeat you are and stuff. And they're like, I want to do that. I want to do that. How do you balance it all and then take care of yourself?
To be honest, that is something that I am still learning. And I think that's something I'm going to be still learning as my artistic ventures grow, because I'm not stopping. Like, I'm not. Like, I know I have many hats that I wear, and I'm just going to keep wearing them, and I'm going to keep adding more. Like, as long as I have the drive and the passion and the ability to do the things I want to do, I'm going to do the things. And I think that that is something that everyone should know, is if you really truly want to do something and you believe that you can, you will straight up do it. I literally am doing every single thing that I've ever wanted to do right now. Doing everything. I'm modeling, I'm acting, I'm making clothing, I'm on podcasts for fuck's sakes, you guys. Like, I'm doing everything I've ever dreamt of doing. So as long as you truly look at yourself in the mirror and you're like, today you're going to do that thing, girl. And if you don't, you'll do it tomorrow. Then that's really all that really matters.
Wow.
Yeah.
So, Badi, thank you so much for coming.
Thank you.
And I can't wait to see what's next for Chaotic Luxury and everything you do.
Hopefully a collab t-shirt.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Yes. Okay, we'll talk when the camera is off.
Yeah, that's right.
Thanks
Thank
for
you.
coming today.
Thank you so much. Thank you.